Hey, good morning. I just wanted to briefly make a video and touch base on a topic that you no longer hear on mainstream media, and it is very telling and very disturbing that the powers that be will actually use a movement to fulfill an agenda and play a people. And what's even more disturbing is that at this point in the game, the masses have still not caught on to what is in fact happening. Okay. This movement that I am referring to is the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay. We don't hear about it anymore. We don't see it because it's no longer political season and the agenda has been fulfilled. Okay. So that is the obvious. That is just, I mean, it's pretty in your face. So that is actually something to be angry about and to want to get proactive on. Another thing I wanted to also address was to these people who have their BLM signs on their front yards or their windows or their car bumper stickers, is that I wanted to know if they were truly, if they in fact are truly concerned for the Black lives. Are they also concerned that that is the same community that has been hit the hardest when it comes to vaccinations? I mean, I have some notes here how the Black community have been adversely affected more so than the white community when it comes to vaccines. This has been concluded in several studies, studies that have studies with the MMR, that's the mumps, measles, and rubella vaccine. That study concluded that the Black community was in fact more affected, and especially the young Black boys, babies actually, 24 to 36 months, tested positive for autism after receiving that vaccine. Okay, so there is something that is happening. And if I always use the term going down the rabbit hole because it's like an onion. There's layers and layers that you will have to go through. And it stings. It stings to find out the reality of how we've been manipulated. And on the news they tell us when to be angry, when to be sad, when to react, who to care for, who to dismiss. And if you don't get that you're being programmed by your televisions and by the news media, the mainstream news media, then it's time to wake up. And I am on board. I am of the group who I no longer care about what people think or what people are going to say about me, because it's not about that anymore. This is about the survival of our species, and it really is getting to a point where it's not looking good, and we're being more dumbed down. We're being heavily vaccinated, heavily drugged. People don't know their full potentials anymore. They just kind of follow the masses and they just go along with whatever everyone else is doing. So, hey, they killed somebody. Let's go riot. Oh, and he happens to be Black. Oh, they hate Blacks. That's the narrative. That's how they want you. They want us divided. It's easier to control the masses when we're divided. We're divided on every level, in every way, shape, or form, politically, religiously, medically, education-wise. socioeconomically, in every level are we divided. And it's the way, it's the secret. It's not the secret. It's just it works, and it's been going on for since government's been around. So, anyways, yeah, I definitely wanted to point out, if you are in fact concerned for the Black community, then you must also bring awareness and call out these pharmaceutical companies and address that they are doing a major disservice, not only to the Black community, but to all of us in general. How many people do you know have a autoimmune issue, whether it's a celiacs or asthma or attention deficit or autism or some kind of issue? It's a lot of people. Allergies. The list goes on and on. Somebody has difficulties with bearing a child or conceiving a child, or it's nonstop. The pharmaceutical industry has done nothing but create slaves and profited off of our illnesses that they created. I mean, it's really time to wake up. And it's, the jig is up. They're all in cahoots: mainstream media, big pharma, the government. And it's time for all of us to stand together and call out the evil for what it really is. So let's see. As far as the vaccination goes, this new, in the words of Judy Mikovits, it's not even worthy of being called a vaccine. It's not even the true definition of what a vaccine should be, and that is the new COVID vaccine. Okay, that's coming out. I believe there was an African American I don't know his name. I'm sorry, a baseball player who died after receiving this vaccination. Over 500 people have died after receiving the COVID vaccination. I don't believe that's on mainstream media. I don't think there's any coverage on that fact. Let's see, I wrote some other notes here, sorry. Trying to make this brief. Let's see. Another thing I wanted to point out was the masks, the issues with masks. They are no longer, one is no longer sufficient. Now they want us doubling down. They want us wearing 2, 3 masks. It's like, if you know anything about the body, it's made perfectly. It's magnificent. It's a magnificent machine. And it's like it's like putting a cover on an exhaust of a car. That's what's happening. And that is just the prime recipe for bacterial pneumonia to set in. It's like, come on, get those wheels cranking. And it's all this advice and all this ill advice and all this fear that they're what's the word? They're just playing it all. They're playing with your emotions. They're playing the fear card. They are not giving you any alternative but a vaccine and a mask. They're not telling you to eat better. They're not telling you to get some sun. They're not telling you to purify your air in your home, buy some plants. They're not telling you to go walk on the beach if you live in the West Coast, East Coast. They're not telling you what you can do. Our diets are everything. Added supplements. They're just telling you to be afraid, to stay separate, to don't hug grandma, to distrust your neighbors, to tell on your neighbors if they're enjoying their lives and they're not waiting inside their house to die. All this stuff is just it's backwards, man. It's really backwards. And it's like I got a front row, seat, and it's, a front row seat to a freak show. And the fact that it's 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 frustrating, but it's sad that people are just so glued to their TVs on, what to believe and what to fear and what to hate and you know, what to eat. I mean, as far as like, there's like so many ads for like junk and things that are not good for our immune system. So yeah, that's another thing. Instead of them telling us, what's good for our immune system, they bombard us with propaganda and programming to, in fact, lower our ability to fight off any sickness or disease. Okay, I want to keep this short. Sorry, it's over 10 minutes. And one more thing I wanted to say. I wanted to point out the mass obedience is prolonging this nightmare. So I will load up some links. I have several articles that I have saved. That's another thing. It's the modern day burning of the books. They are getting rid of information left and right. There's a lot of things that you can no longer look up because they've been deleted off the internet, off the World Wide Web. And so I did find some links and studies, and if you can load them onto a hard copy or make a hard copy of them, burn them to a CD or a thumb drive or download them on your phone, that would be great, because they are, times of the essence, and they are getting rid of a lot of helpful and useful information. All right, friends, let's see. Don't forget to question everything. Let's see. Don't get discouraged. No, you are not alone. You are not alone. Be okay with being mocked, hated, and misunderstood, really. Be okay with that, because you know what? Small minds can't comprehend big spirits, and it's all good. It is written. It really is. So do your due diligence. Don't give up. Question everything, and you'd be surprised on who, in fact, you touch and who you plant the seed with. Quick example. Last week I was at the swap meet with my best friend, and we were being followed because we didn't have our masks on. And it's an outdoor swap meet, so we weren't wearing masks, okay? And yeah, 3 security guards were following us, and finally, we got ugly. We weren't having it, and we wanted to point out the obvious, so we were trying to, but our message didn't come across because it was more out of anger than of love. And but from that and standing our ground, never minimize standing your ground. 2 out of the 3 security guards came up to us after, asking questions and wanting to know why we stand, how we stand, and they wanted to know more information, and they too were just kind of like, what's really going on? So at the end, we showered them with some information, and I gave them some good propaganda, and to have them question and do their own work, and don't settle for anything, and research what you can while you can, and try to skip watching TV in the news, because it's all lies. And just knowing that it is all lies, you will the answers will start coming, and the information will start flowing. But you got to be willing to give up certain things and be open to everything. Anyways, friends, again, I just wanted to make this video quick, and it's almost 15 minutes. All right, have a great day. Love you. Mwah.